Look around. How many times have you felt trapped in a system that pretends to offer freedom, but chains you tighter with every rule, every checkbox, every safe choice? The brutal truth is this: the world sells a version of freedom that's a lie, one dressed up in comfort, wrapped in mediocrity, and served cold to keep you small. You feel it, the resistance, the fire inside screaming that you were made for more than this, that your potential is anything but average. Yet here you are, stuck, boxed in by a world that rewards conformity like it's gold. Every day, founders wrestle with a cage forged not by walls, but by expectations. The expectation to fit in, to play along, to sacrifice their wildest visions at the altar of practicality. Investors see the same game played out, betting not on excellence, but on the safest, blandest bets, numbing ambition in favor of slow returns and predictability. Leaders are dragged into meetings where real innovation dies a slow death behind PowerPoints and policies. The system so casually punishes risk and gaslights brilliance, whispering that stability is the goal and difference a liability. But what if all this illusion, the illusion of freedom, the illusion of choice, is precisely the mechanism holding us back? What if modern capitalism, with all its flaws and caveats, sucks so much because too many have forgotten its true power, the power to liberate the individual from every single chain the world tries to place on them? What if the answer isn't to burn down the system or to fantasy about some utopian alternative, but to use this beast, this machine, exactly as it is, but better, smarter, sharper, by those who refuse to settle? This isn't just a talking point. This is a battle cry for the few, the rare, the ones who refuse to live a life handed to them by default. It's an invitation to use capitalism not as a prison, but as a launchpad, to rewrite the rules from the edge, where true progress always comes from. The outskirts, not the center. The rebels, not the crowd. For too long, capitalism has been portrayed as cold, greedy, soulless, a system that only enriches the powerful at the expense of the many. But the truth is more complex. The problem isn't capitalism itself. It's the way we've let it get captured and diluted by those unwilling to push boundaries, by those afraid to take real risks, and by those who confuse comfort with security. The system is only as strong as the individuals who use it. And what it desperately needs now is not more conformity, but more outrage, more creativity, more unshackled ambition. Imagine a capitalism where founders aren't just chasing the next exit, but building legacies that redefine what success means. Imagine investors who aren't just counting dollars, but igniting revolutions, funding the rare sparks that will set industries on fire. Imagine leaders who don't just manage teams, but sculpt movements. Movements that challenge the status quo, that tip the entire playing field, that make old rules crumble under unstoppable innovation. This vision isn't some pie-in-the-sky dream. It's a call to arms. The problem is clear. The world still rewards mediocrity and punishes authenticity. Systems no longer serve. They substitute, they stop growth, they flatten complexity. The greatest talent isn't missing. It's just scattered, isolated, misaligned. The real scarcity isn't ideas or vision. It's connection, a brutal, powerful link between the misfits, the radicals, the fearless who refuse to be boxed in by legacy systems. Capitalism, wielded by the connected few, can be the ultimate tool for liberation, not from poverty alone, but from the invisible chains too many don't even realize they have. The chains of comfort, of conformity, of playing small. The real fight isn't against the system itself, it's against the version of the system that's been poisoned by compliance and complacency. Here's the hard truth that no one wants to say out loud. You won't break free by waiting for permission. You won't rewrite the game by playing it safe. You won't forge the future by trying to blend in. Liberation demands a ruthless commitment, not to ease or acceptance, but to self-sovereignty, critical thinking, and transformation. It's about unlearning the noise and embracing the power of divergence, individuality, and true connection. The most powerful tool that capitalism offers is your will, your grit, your ability to say no to the rules that don't serve your vision, to cut off partnerships that drain your fire, to build networks that aren't based on number, on quantity, but on quality, on rare alignment and deep synergy. Because the future won't be built by the many. It will be forged by the few who burn so brightly that they light the way forward for millions. And this is where the game changes. No more crowds chasing the same tired goals. No more settling for hollow rewards. The fight is for autonomy, the freedom to craft your reality without bartering your dreams. The freedom to be exceptional in a world that desperately needs exceptionality. Not by erasing differences, but by honoring them. Not by demanding sameness, but by finding strength in contrast. The network you build, the allies you choose, the battles you pick, these are your weapons. They must be chosen with a fierce and ruthless patience, because true change takes time. It takes endurance. It takes resilience in a world wired to prefer quick fixes and instant results. The path of liberation is a long game, and those who understand that hold all the power. If there's a fire burning inside that says, "I was meant for more," if the silence around you feels like a weight too heavy to bear, then it's time. Time to stop fitting in, stop asking permission, and start building something real. Capitalism, with all its flaws, is the battlefield. But it is also the arena of unparalleled opportunity. The choice is no longer about whether to play the game, but how to play it so ruthlessly that you break every single chain. Founders will create the companies that don't just chase profits, but redefine purpose. Investors will fund revolutions instead of safe bets. Leaders will become architects of new realities. This is not a fantasy. It's a near certainty if the radical few claim their place, reject mediocrity, and channel their fire into building the autonomous networks the world lacks. Do not underestimate the power of being rare. Do not underestimate the weight of aligning with those who burn as you do. Through this fiery connection, brilliance becomes power. Ideas stop being abstract dreams and become the pillars of a new reality. Capitalism's promise was always freedom. It's time to reclaim that promise, fully, fiercely, without apology. This promise isn't delivered by governments, institutions, or faceless systems. It's delivered by you, the individual who refuses to be tamed, who questions everything, who transforms their own reality. So here's the deal. Don't settle. Don't compromise. Don't believe the lies that comfort is freedom. It's the opposite. Comfort is the enemy of liberation. Only by embracing discomfort, by tearing down the walls of consensus, by burning every rule that limits you, will you find the true freedom capitalism can offer. Remember, the system forgot the exceptional. It's waiting for the exceptional to remind it what exceptional even means. It's more than just a chance. It's a responsibility. The power to liberate yourself and through your freedom, ignite freedom for countless others. Every second counts. Every decision matters. Every connection can be the spark that turns the world upside down. Will you be the few who light the way? Because the future belongs to those who refuse to settle for anything less than their own liberation.